have fun, enjoy the party.
I am dead inside.
Were escorted off a Ryanair plane by police after their card
No,
was
not
unable
the
to process the
TikTok.
£7 transaction for onboard snacks. Hi guys. Well,
Okay, I'm doing this in reverse. She posted this actually first before the Rageathon. So I'm reacting to this now. If you hear the dogs start to bark, it's because everybody's coming home. This is the busy time in the house, and everybody's coming home. So I apologize. But thanks for tuning in yet again if you're here back again. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So let's get into this.
today I have something, you might be like, that's all you're going to eat? Yeah, I was surprised by the portion as well.
What? That looks like a
For the
normal
price, but
portion.
it's basically, do you remember how I used to eat those Jamaican meat patties?
What is this? It looks like phyllo dough and hamburger. I guess like a phyllo dough hamburger patty. Actually, I saw somebody make these. There was a video, like a YouTube short, where they stuffed it. I don't know if the Egyptian over there in Canada has done it. I think he has, where they like stuff the pita with raw hamburger meat, and then you basically cook it in a pan. I mean, it looks actually tasty. I wonder if this is something similar to that.
This is Arabic style meat patty, I guess. It's from an Egyptian restaurant, Bismillah. And this is their whiskey salad.
Whiskey salad? Drink your salad.
Look at all the dill. That's all the juice from all the vegetables. They call it whiskey. Alright, so.
No utensils?
Alright. Looks like there's beef inside. Let's try it.
I mean, it looks kind of greasy, actually. I don't know. She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it.
The flavor is really good. But like,
Usually when she likes something, she'll do like the orgasmic face and like the for the feeder shit. She does not like this food. I wonder how much she paid for it. It's so
it's
expensive.
tough. Anyway, I'm so hungry, so
Of course.
very weird thing.
You know what? Maybe that's why she had the 4-hour rage, because she was still hungry and Salah would not allow her to get anything else. I bet you that's why.
I didn't put my makeup on yet today. You want to hear something stupid I saw today? No? Well,
Your
neither,
reflection.
so you're going to listen. Man, tough breads like this make my jaw go haywire. For those of you who are wondering what the clicking noise is, I have something with
It's your reptile jaw unhinging.
my jaw. I've had my whole life. It doesn't hurt. I went to a doctor once. He said to fix it. If it doesn't hurt, to leave it, because to fix it, they would have to like dislocate like my whole jaw.
I actually have a friend that had that done a few years ago. And she had to have her, after the procedure, she had to have her jaw wired shut for, I can't remember how many months. It was a long time. Yeah. But I mean, her jaw looks fabulous now, but still, it's horrible.
I know it's cringe, but you guys know about Ryanair? It's a budget airline.
I've never heard of that airline.
Irish one.
It's all just
But it's very
dripping down her
popular,
face.
the UK. So it's cheap, you know. It's cheap.
I'm sorry. You know what's bothering me now that I'm noticing this? Why is that meal in a foam meat dish? You know when you buy meat at the store and like the foam container it comes in? Do they save them at this particular restaurant and then serve the food in them? I don't know, that's weird.
No frills airline. What makes it so cheap is you have to pay for like extras. So like when I take Qatar Airways, Emirates, something like that.
Who believes she flies on Emirates? I don't.
If it's just an hour flight or under an hour, they provide you with free drinks, snacks, whatever. Okay.
I mean, that's normal, isn't it?
It tastes like a tortilla. It's really good. But with budget airlines, they make you pay for everything on board.
How do you know?
Extra luggage, everything. That's why it's cheap. Snacks, whatever. So they have like an online store. You know, you can pay with your debit, your
Well,
credit.
I mean, do you know how much jet fuel is? I mean, they're going to have to make up the cost somewhere. And then considering with somebody like you, with all that excessive weight, yeah, they're going to have to charge for extra shit.
I don't think they take cash. Sunwing is like that also when I went to Cuba. So I saw on the news,
What is going on with the back door over there?
TikTok news,
This back door over here keeps moving. Something back there. I keep seeing it out of the corner of my eye.
a video of this British couple, elderly British couple, who were escorted off of the plane.
I actually read about this story, and let's see if she explains it
The
correctly.
staff of Ryanair called the cops on this elderly couple. They were escorted off the plane.
Wow, way to like grab
Because
that with
they
your
ordered-
tongue.
9 British pounds worth of snacks, and their card was declining. And they didn't understand why. They tried it like 5 times. They offered to pay with cash.
That's not what the story said. They spent all of their money wherever they were at, and I guess they were trying to use their card. It wasn't working. And then there were actually people on the plane that were, I guess they had already eaten this stuff already, is kind of what I got from the story. And people were offering to pay. They don't accept cash on the plane, which is, you know, becoming more common. I realized that when I drove across the country, a lot of places do not accept cash. So you need like a card with a little chip in it now. But other people on the plane were trying to pay and they wouldn't accept it. They wanted, you know, like card payment from them
Offer like
because
that.
they ate the product or whatever, or consumed it.
Thieves. They ordered like a water, a soda, and a can of Pringles.
Good day, ma'am. You didn't quite pay for those bloody Pringles, now did you? Well, no, but... Hands behind your back, bloody hell.
Well, I mean, it's
And you're saying
theft.
they're thieves? 9 pounds for 3 of those crappy little items?
Yeah, but you can't let people, I mean, it's sad in this situation, yeah. But if you constantly let people get away with things like this, then it becomes California where people are just running into stores and stealing shit. So you can't, you have to prove a point by not letting people get shit for free. Sorry, but I mean, that's just the way it has to be. And I live in California. This happens.
Where are you going, camera? Get back
Because they changed the law here. What is the law? Like anything under $1,000 you don't get arrested for. So that's why you see people here just they'll go into Target, like, or big groups of people will just bum rush the store and just start stealing shit and running out. or you'll see like a couple of people, go into a store and take whatever. That's why a lot of the stores here in California will have items locked, and you'll walk down an entire aisle and everything's in glass cases. There's one particular store, I forgot where it's at. It's somewhere in LA. I think it's like a CVS or a Rite Aid, something like that. Every single aisle in the store is behind a glass case because the theft is so bad here in California.
Anyway, I'm gonna be hungry in 20 minutes. Like, this is absurd. So, is that a fly or my intro?
That's disgusting. And she's laughing about it. Oh, it's a fly.
I'm sorry. That's ridiculous, man.
What's ridiculous is you eating out of a foam meat tray.
Ryanair needs to give that couple a voucher for some Pringles on board, man. Because
No.
that's ridiculous.
No, it's not.
You should have just said that's okay. We can
No,
maybe-
she's talking from somebody who has the entitled mentality. So that's why she's saying this.
Sure. I don't know. But to call the police, like that $9 you're complaining, you're freaking out about Ryanair is going to cost you a lot more money. Your reputation is tarnished.
I don't think so.
Anyway, if you're wondering if I'm still hungry, obviously, like I haven't eaten anything today.
Wow. That was a lot of food, actually.
I've been quite active. I like doing my housework.
She's
like,
been quite
on an
active.
empty stomach. After I eat a big meal, I want to crash and seal and relax, which is not what you're supposed to do. But anyway, yeah, so this is, I couldn't believe that. Like, that's just so, it's so stingy and greedy of company. Like, I don't know.
No, it's not.
And in the news article heading, they like, I know, like, there's
Says somebody who's never ran a business or anything. So greedy, so stingy. We're supposed to just, give items away for free.
TikTok,
What
not really,
stupid.
news outlets. But anyway, they put in the description, like, they were escorted off the plane for a bottle of water, soda, and Pringles. They will just, that's the scam with the budget airlines. Sure, the fare is very cheap, but you got to be wary. You got to know how to crack the system. You got to make sure you're not bringing a lot of luggage, or else you're going to pay for it. So you have to factor in all those extra costs and see if it's worth it. Maybe you'd be better off just flying with a slightly more expensive. Sometimes people will do it just to save like 20 euros, and they could have flown with a better, or 50 euros.
I saw this video of somebody that instead of, having multiple suitcases on the airline. Now, I don't know if this would actually work, but there was a video of it. They actually got a pillowcase, and they like folded their clothes in a particular way with a zip. The pillow had like a zip on it, so it wasn't like the stuff wasn't going to fall out, and they carried that on the plane like it was their pillow, but it was actually like a suitcase, so they didn't get charged for it. And then they had their other bag. That's actually a smart way to get your clothing onto the plane.
Well, you could have flown with a way better airline and just, if you're only going short distance, okay, but bring your own snacks, bring your own Pringles, bring your own, but that happened to me when I was flying back from Cuba to Canada.
Yeah. We all know that.
My card wasn't working in Cuba, and I was out of cash, so all I had was all this money on my card. I got on the plane, and like by the time I got on the plane, I was so thirsty and so
Gee,
hungry.
I wonder why.
Because it was a rough night the night before. For those of you who know, you know. So, yeah, I ordered like a small slice of pizza. It was like $8, and a soda was like $4. It was expensive, but I didn't care. I had all that money.
$8 was expensive for a slice of pizza. Wow. Okay.
Hello?
It's actually
all this
cheap.
Money? Was there a beef crumble in front of me? Get out of here. Ew. I'm gonna blow all this money on the plane. Yeah.
I see a fly.
But anyway, air travel is something else. I feel bad for those old people. I would have offered to pay for them, but I feel like it declined. It was like an error on Ryanair's fault, maybe their machine or something. I don't know.
Sure.
Anyway, the whole thing is just stupid, and I had to vent about it. So there you go. You're the ears that are hearing my venting. So you're welcome. Anyways, guys, that was a small little snack. I guess I wouldn't call that a meal. I'd call that like a side dish or an appetizer.
That was like a meal. That wasn't a snack. Get out of here.
Pig. I need something substantial. You know what I'm craving is like beef short ribs. Beef short ribs.
That's expensive.
But they're really expensive. They're like 9 KD for like half rack. So that would be like almost $40, I think. I don't know. My math is bad. $36, I think. About $36 for a half rack.
Short ribs are expensive, and you know what's really expensive now? It didn't used to be like this back in the day. Is oxtail. That is so expensive now. I guess because a lot of people like it now all of a sudden. But yeah, short ribs used to be cheap too. Now they're expensive. It's horrible.
Oh, short ribs. I'll pass. Like, I don't know. That's just for a meal, you know. That's why I kind of eat crappy. Like, I don't know. It's so much cheaper, unfortunately, you know. Although we can get things like, you know, salad and chicken and that for very cheap. But I'm not going to eat that every single day. You know what I mean? And most of the other meals that are really cheap come with rice. Greens.
Literally, she was just talking shit about this in the Rage video. Talking about, you know, poor and food and all that. Now she, oh my
On the
goodness.
side. It's just, you know.
She's insane.
Yeah. So, I don't know about you. I wouldn't spend $36 on a half rack of beef ribs. Nope.
I would, depending
Let me know
how
in the
good
comments below if you
how
would.
good the place is. I might. Depends. Like if they have a good reputation for some good food, I would spend that money. Sure.
That's just crazy to me. I don't know. You can buy like a lot of grocery items for that. I don't know. But groceries are expensive. Like, I don't know.
Really?
The world's crazy. You gotta eat what you gotta eat, I guess. Anyway, the flavor of this, it tasted like it was just reheated or something. Like it was like a
Again.
phyllo type of pastry.
Phyllo? Excuse me, what is phyllo? I have no idea what that is. And it's reheated. Uh-oh. Is it like Wingstop, like you said yesterday? Everything's
Actually, the meat inside was actually really tasty. It tasted exactly to me like a meat pie. Like in Canada, like a tortilla, like a Canadian tortilla. With ketchup, so it was really good. But like the portion is like...
I don't know. Her French is weird to me. I don't speak French, but I can hear like when somebody pronounces things correctly, she doesn't. Like, she doesn't say it right.
small for the price. It was like 1.5 KD for like 4 small little squares. So,
$5.
That's not
She's complaining about $5. Damn, how broke are you, Chantal? What? That's sad. That is sad. Going from, what did you say in the Rage, $25,000 a month to now $5 is expensive. And you're happy? Okay.
Anyway, I gotta go put on my face. I don't know. I'm still recovering, so
Oh,
I'm a little tired
recovering.
and healing and like...
It's the recovering comes back in when it's convenient for her. She probably didn't want to do something. So I'm going to lay around the house. I'm recovering. But yesterday she was on the run for some Wingstop. Okay.
on antibiotics, so
Give me a break.
I should try not to do too much, but life goes on, you know? That's the thing, the harsh reality. Life goes on despite whatever condition you're in. So you either keep up or you slip up. Anyways.
It looks like you slipped very far.
Thanks for watching, guys. I love you guys.
Okay, so that's the end of that. I don't know what this was. This is, like I said, I'm doing this in reverse. This was before the rage. And like I said, I think she was raging because she was still hungry and Salah wouldn't give her a second feeding. So there you go. Anyways, I hope everybody has a good night and I will see you when I see you. Bye.